Hi, and welcome to another garden update. It is Friday, June 23. Now, I post these videos weekly just so other gardeners in the area can see what's going on. If you happen to have a channel that does gardening and you're in my area, Zone 8B, near College Station, Texas, please post a link to your channel in the description so I can follow you guys and learn from what you're doing too. So let's get into it. So to start with, the Thai chili pepper is continuing to produce way more chilies than I can eat. There's actually another one over there. Things have been spicy. This tomato plant has kind of extended sideways, but as you can see, I've got lots of fruit on that one, a bunch of fruit on that one. Somewhere in here, yeah, that one over the backside's ripening up. This needs to get pruned off, the dead stuff there. Oh, let's go through the tomato bed. Other tomato plants also producing fruit. The eggplants, I've got a few eggplant growing. As you can see that one there. They're not as tall as I was expecting, and they have been getting fertilized fairly well. So I'm not exactly sure what's going wrong here. It may just be the soil. And this is my heirloom tomato. You can see I've got two fruits coming out there. It's doing okay. Now this next bed is a mix of just random tomatoes, mostly cherry tomatoes, I think. As you can see, they're starting to turn red. I did harvest a few off this. They tend to get eaten by bugs, as you can see down there with that little guy. And then this half of the bed is my, in theory, jalapenos and habaneros. But as you can see, those are mostly banana peppers. Ooh. One of my banana peppers, I didn't know they'd do that, turned red after falling off. That might, I don't know what kind of pepper that is. I'll take that inside and take a closer look at it. I think that's a habanero, and I think my jalapenos were actually banana peppers and the seeds weren't labeled right. And right in there I've got some more peppers going. That's probably a habanero. That's probably a habanero too, but we'll find out. Over here, this is my, in theory, serrano pepper bed. In reality, I think I've got a lot of more Thai chilies. It is a spicy year. But as you can see, they're producing peppers. There's one there. And over there, they're turning red. That's definitely a serrano turning red. And it looks like, yeah, got eaten a little by bug. Serranos will turn red if you give them enough time when they fully ripen. And you always see the green ones in the grocery stores, but they will turn red. Behind me, my wife ripped out the eggplant, or the watermelon. I had no idea that was happening. Yeah, that's a surprise. Now, my garlic has partially that just folded over, so I cleared out that garlic bucket and that garlic bucket. I'll show you the harvest before. That one still seems to be doing okay, so I'm letting that continue to grow. This is kind of mixed. I'm pretty sure these are ready to harvest because like the tops are just flopping over loose. You can see there, they just flopped over. So I'll probably dig those up later today or tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow's Sabbath, probably Sunday. Over here, my wife also pulled up the squash that was growing there, and yay, compost. I had a couple seed potatoes that had just been sitting in the garage growing roots, so I planted them. There's one there, one there. I'll probably cover them with some compost later. The onions, this is supposed to be our scallion onion bed, but they're growing out quite a bit, so they're not really still just scallions. And then over at the end, we've got sweet potato planted. And looks like the sweet potatoes invading the onions. So redirect that little guy. Cool. Over here, this is the bok choy. And we're just letting it go to seed. So hopefully we can harvest some seeds off that. And that's my wife's project, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then over here, we have the miscellaneous stuff. That's a tomato. We've got some bell peppers growing in there. You can see that one's got a fruit on it. These are some chard, and obviously they got bug pressure. I don't quite know how to deal with that. Another tiny little chard there. Tomatoes, some eggplants. Our friend the Thai chili. And at the end, I've got some more tomatoes growing. Now this closest bucket, I'm getting some fruit off that. I didn't have enough tomato cages, so I just let these go sideways. And they seem to be doing okay. Obviously this one's got some dead stuff on it that needs to get pruned off. But you can see it's producing, I've got 2 fruits there. This other one is producing, it's got a fruit there. Let's go look at the trees. Oh, and the maroon guy buckets. Those will probably get up-potted or put in the dirt later. That's my wife's project. Here's the blueberry bushes. Let's see, 1 and 2. All of my blueberries have been eaten by birds, so we're going to try that again next year with a bunch more. If I actually get some blueberries. And here is the calamansi. This is basically a Filipino lime tree. We got a lot of rain, so that might be why it's turning yellow. But otherwise, it seems to be healthy, just short and covered in ants. Go overlook the peach trees. Hey, chickens. Yeah, chickens, another video if you want to watch them later. So, here is my corn patch. And what I did is planted some beans closer to me, and then corn farther away for the septic sprinkler to just cover that whole area. And I haven't been keeping up on the weeding, though I did see a giant copperhead out here. So I'm going to just let him do his thing and see if I get any corn out of that or not. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to do that experiment again. Okay, and here's my peach tree, which... this thing does not like water, from what I can tell. It has no leaves left on it. We did get a fairly heavy rain. But the leaves are gone, and it hasn't gotten any taller. So, I'm not optimistic for this tree. Me and trees don't seem to do well together. But hey, we'll see. Maybe it'll recover. So, that's pretty much it for this week. Oh, let me show you the garlic inside. Okay, in the garlic. Look in there. So these bulbs, this is probably the biggest one. And clearly that is significantly smaller than like grocery store garlic. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do garlic again next year. I probably will, because this came out better than the first time I tried growing garlic. I mean, some of these are just tiny. Some of these are really tiny. So overall, not like a great crop, but it's better than the first time, so I'll probably save the bigger ones there and try to replant them. That's it for now. If you're not already gardening, you should, because you get to wear a cool hat.